Ah, man, it's a gorgeous day here. I mean, it's hotter than Hades, but it's nice.
It's the humidity.
Traffic towards the beach is gross, so we will not be going anywhere near the beach at all this Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day. So what's up, everyone? We do have an episode for you guys. A small one. This one's actually requested by Chastity on the Discord.
I forgot last night to share all of our new Supremos that joined this week. So how about I go ahead and share that?
All right. And if you guys haven't noticed, it's just Nicole and I.
Yeah, we're missing one. Jen's not here today, and she won't be here next week to record with us either. So, so maybe we'll do the Friday night and Saturday again. But she's got an engagement today, and then she's got she's in a bridal party, and next weekend is the bachelorette party. And then she's going home for up in Massachusetts for a period of time. So she'll be gone for 2 weeks in a row for us. We might try to do one virtual if we can, but one she'll be at the wedding in which said bachelorette party is coming up. So June is going to be a little bit of a spotty month for Jen's attendance. We'll do our best. It's not the same. And so we won't be doing the surprise shot segments when Jen's not here. I will be clear. We're going to just be stacked on our waiting list to make up for it. So anyway, just wanted to give you all the lowdown. So we had this week joining Serena, Alan, Derek, and Elvis. So thank you all for joining us on Patreon. Super awesome, and we're happy to see you.
And tonight, this is a request from Chastity. I basically asked in the Discord for our supporters, hey, what's a good episode that would pair well with Eileen Wuornos, the hooker from hell?
I feel like it sounds like we're just asking, like, I'm having beef bourguignon. What wine pairs with?
So, guys, tonight, I'll get this started. This is a recent case that pairs well with Eileen Wuornos. We are talking about another sex worker here who just got sentenced in prison for 4 murders, and that's who we're talking about tonight. So it's literally, it does
very
pair
similar.
well. Yeah, it is very similar. And I mean, you just don't see a lot of times where these prostitutes are killing their clients, you know? It's kind of like karma to me. Anyway, we are going tonight to New York, and if anyone has been to these places, just let us know. I've driven by New York one time. Well, actually, I think on this video.
Well, this doesn't look like Manhattan.
This is in Queens. We're going to Queens, yeah. So there's 4 murders tonight. This is the area we're going to right now, where the last body was found in this little hostel, the Camway Lodge. Has anyone been here? I mean, obvious. This is Queens, so I'm guessing that's a pretty shitty neighborhood. I mean, you always hear about it, right? Fuck. So that's where we're going to tonight. So if you're new here, I put all my sources on talkmurder.com. You can go there. Also want to say real quick that we are live streaming this for our supporters, talkmurder.com/join to support us. And it means so much that you guys do that. We're really grateful. And also I'm sponsored by Jupiter CBD, and that's getjupiter.com/llama, LLAMA. And you can read my story there. No one's actually bought anything yet, but I just got to keep saying it, you know. We also have on the Patreon a yearly membership option.
Yep.
Like a 16% discount. I tried to, I was like, all right, I'm going to get the biggest discount I can. So I was like scrolling up, and it stops at 16. It would not let me go past 16. I'm like, what a weird, odd number.
Yeah, that is weird.
To stop
like you would think 20%.
Yeah, 20% or something. But Patreon only allows 16. So I'm like, all right, that's weird, but okay. So there is a 16% discount on there right now. And all right, tonight we are talking about a killer prostitute, Angelina Barini. And we're starting with, well, I shouldn't have given away the lead there. Let's start the story in New York City, in Queens, with this man right here. You want to describe this handsome gentleman?
He looks pretty young, maybe like around 30 or so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's showing signs of balding, young, but like dark features, like dark hair, dark eyes, eyebrows. Maybe he's like Italian. Yeah, it's a big neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a good guess right there.
There's a lot of Italians in New York.
Tell me what he does, looking at his clothes.
He's a chef.
There you go. As I said earlier, there are 4 murders that was committed and 4 bodies found. However, this was the one that got the person arrested. This, who you're looking at, and I'll put his photo on talkmore.com, is Andrea, Andrea. Maybe Andrea. It is Italian, so Andrea, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Andrea
Bocelli, right? That's how you pronounce his name, right?
Who?
You don't know who Andrea Bocelli is?
I don't know who that is.
He's a singer, and he's incredible, and he's also blind.
I never heard of him.
Oh my God.
All right, so
He'll give you goosebumps.
Andrea Samperoni, he is a chef. He's actually a chef at Cipriani Dolce. Has anybody been to the Grand Central Terminal? Mm-mm. When I was in Google Earth, and Google Earth lets you go like and look inside the terminal, the Grand Central Terminal, dude, that gave me so much anxiety. There were so many freaking people in that building. Oh my God. Anyway, right in the center of the Grand Central Terminal is this restaurant. Now, this restaurant is really high class and well known. They actually have one, well, they have a few, one in Dubai and another one in London. And this one right here is in Grand Central Terminal. Now, he actually worked in the restaurant in London. He's been doing this his whole life. This is a 33-year-old man. He is the head of this restaurant.
Cool.
The head of the restaurant, like the top chef. Yep. Like big money, big clout. Like everyone knows who this guy is. August 21st, he's reported missing. And around the same time, well, a few hours later, after he didn't come in for his shift, he's reported missing. The police track his phone. They look at the phone record since he is such a
like he's responsible kind of a thing.
Yeah, responsible, but he's also, I would say, high class. I don't know.
Consistent?
No, not consistent, but they know.
Professional?
No, like it would be like if the mayor goes missing or something.
Prominent.
That's what I was trying to think of. Since this guy is so prominent and consistent, he's always on time and everything else. He doesn't arrive for his shift at work as the head chef. So the police immediately get involved and they track his phone to that little hostel that I showed you, Camway Lodge. And this is in Jackson Heights, the Queens area. This was a Wednesday night. They track his phone there, and he was actually missing 3 days prior, but his shift was on August 21st. However, he goes missing on August 18th, but no one thought none the wiser because his shift didn't happen until the 21st. Anyway, on that Wednesday night, police show up. They arrive around 8:30 and at the Camway Lodge in Elmhurst, room 15 on the bottom floor. Now, I'm going to read this. This is from the complaint filed against the killer here. A female, later identified as the defendant, Angelina Barini, opened the door and quickly shut it. Law enforcement authorities heard what sounded like someone moving around in the room. Shortly after Barini opened the door, law enforcement authorities smelled a strong odor consistent with the smell of a dead body and burning incense. Barini stated in sum and substance and in part that she did not do it, but her pimp made her do it, and it was not her. In the corner of the room, law enforcement authorities noticed what appeared to be a garbage can with bed linens stuffed inside what appeared to be a bare human foot sticking out of the bed linens. So basically, they caught this woman red-handed. And as I said before, she was a sex worker. They knock on the door. She quickly opens it real quick, and she's like, oh, fuck, the police. She shuts it, and they can hear her moving around. Apparently, it's just her in there. And whatever she's doing, finally, I would imagine, bust open the door because this isn't her residence. They don't need a warrant. They come in there, and they see basically a body wrapped up in bed sheets. A dead body, obviously. He's been dead for 3 days. wrapped up in bed sheets. They could smell the body outside already on top of the incense she was burning. But in the room was a glass pipe, several burner phones, an American Express. I put AE, so I was thinking American Eagle credit card.
Frequent shopper.
American Express credit card with his name on it. So she said that she didn't do it. Her pimp made her do it. Well, she changed her story to my pimp killed this guy to later, I accidentally killed this guy, but I tried to call the police, but then my pimp told me not to. So that's the story. Now, this is the girl right here. If you want to describe her. How old does she look to you?
Late 20s?
Oh, she'd probably love you if she heard that.
How old is she?
You guys on live chat, how old do you think she is? Well, obviously she's wearing makeup and stuff. You think she looks late 20s?
All right, late 30s? I mean, it looks like she's had work done or like, some fillers, some bow.
She's 44 years old.
Oh. That's making me feel really fucking terrible about myself.
Why? You can tell she's
the dark circles don't go away when you hit 30.
She's got dark circles. You can tell. 44, yeah. I would imagine that's when this photo was taken. Let me show you another one right quick.
Okay, that's not as good of a photo.
Now, look at this photo. Can you tell that she is addicted to drugs? She's very skinny.
Yeah.
Because you can see her collarbones.
I don't think I would say she's addicted off the bat.
Well,
that's definitely not nearly as flattering a photo as the first one.
Why am I sitting in my chair like this? That's the problem. That's why people can see how fat I am.
Oh, hang on. Let me go lower too. There we go.
Oh shit. Does she have a black eye in this photo?
That one, she really looks like she has dark circles. Now I don't feel as bad.
Honestly, maybe. Meth or heroin, yeah. So I couldn't find out what she was addicted to, but apparently she is addicted to some hardcore drugs. Has anyone heard of this story besides Chastity who requested it? Because I haven't, and this is really recent. She just got sentenced less than a month ago. And this doesn't come up on any true crime forums and stuff that I'm not on any forums. But
I am the only one to have covered this case.
Shit. I am not on any forums. That's probably why I have to do 7 Dahmer episodes. I don't know what
Sydney
the fuck.
is like meth for sure, 1,000%.
For sure. But you would think if she was on meth, she would have like scratches and stuff. They scratch.
Well, that's a blurry photo. We don't know. We're not seeing her arms there.
Yeah. I don't know. We talked about it last week, but a lot of those adult coloring books, we were watching that show where, and it was a cop that said this or somebody. Yeah. They said that if they find adult coloring books in a car of someone they suspect is on drugs like meth, I think it was meth, then they automatically assume that the person is on methamphetamine. Because I don't know what the deal is, but the coloring books, the adult coloring books, they calm them down when they're high. Because I guess meth, I've never done meth, but I have done fucking Adderall and Ritalin, and that shit's in the same family. So I kind of can see how they're all fucking amped up. But I don't know, if I was amped up on meth, oh my God, and having a coloring book, dude, I'd just be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Apparently it doesn't work that way. Anyway, that is the person that was caught red-handed, literally the body in the dumpster. And now she wasn't the only one involved. On August 18th, they reviewed the footage from the Camway Lodge, and around 4:58 a.m., that is when the victim, the decedent, the chef, the prominent New York chef, enters the establishment with her as a date, a John date, Apparently this is not and you can look at the photos online. It's pretty shady. I mean, the whole thing rents for $68 a night in New York City. $68. Wow. This is a very seedy looking hotel. Anyway, at 4:58, the cameras show both of them walking in at 1:30 p.m. Supposedly he's dead by this time. Only Barini exits the room. She goes outside and she rolls in a garbage can. And I would imagine she goes to the front desk and is like, I want to stay another few nights. Now, I think she did call her pimp, as we'll talk about that in a minute, but And a lot of the details are scarce, guys. I pulled as much as I can, most of it from sources like the New York Post, Daily Mail. I have 2 criminal complaints, the Daily News. I mean, just kind of, what do you call them? Not shitty sites, gossipy websites. But honestly, I really wanted to look more into her backgrounds and stuff like that, but it's just not there. Anyway, so at 4:58, they go in. At 1:30 the next day, Barini exits the room. She goes outside. She rolls in a garbage can. Between the 18th, when they went in the first time, and the 21st of August, multiple people enter the room. Mm-hmm. That's what the criminal complaint says. But, and it also says John Doe in the criminal complaint, but we know now that it's this prominent chef.
Okay.
In fact, I only found 2 other names. There's 4 victims in total by her. And they have kept it so tight-lipped that only 2 of the victims' names were released. One of them is a 60-year-old postal worker. That name hasn't been released. But even you cannot find the victims, even on all those sites like Daily Mail and stuff like that. I know. I mean, they're just really tight-lipped. Plus, you don't hear about this case at all, I don't think, unless you guys. Between the 18th and the 21st, multiple people enter the room. But John Doe, which we know now is the chef, the prominent chef, Andrea Zamperoni, he never leaves the room. He's never caught leaving the room. So there were multiple people. And so it is the pimp that comes in there. And what I was reading, there's 2 other guys that come in too. And now their names have never been released. The pimp's name has, and I'll go into that. But these 2 other unidentified males, I think they're like the cut up crew, right? So if you're like in the mafia or whatever, you call the goons. I literally, the criminal complaint literally makes it sound like they're the cut up crew. You know, we got this body. Y'all need to do something about it. Okay, we got it, boss. Type of shit. Like it sounds like that. Fucking crazy. Yeah. So anybody want to take a guess real quick on live chat or how this chef died? Like what happened? How did this woman kill this man right here? Be kind of interesting to know. All right, so here's what she says. During the first interview, she says 7 things, and this is documented in the criminal complaint. Number 1, she says she's a prostitute. Number 2, she meets a man on August 18th from Italy. Number 3, he pays her for sex. Number 4, man from Italy did not wake up and was bleeding from the nose and mouth. Number 5, my pimp would not let me call the police. Number 6, I wrapped the body up and placed it in a garbage bag. Number 7, other guys came into the room to talk with my pimp about cutting up the body. That is what she said. And she said how he dies is the chef, the man from Italy, because she didn't even know his name. And they'll use that in court when they're prosecuting her too. They'll say, oh, you have such a disregard for human life. You don't even know his name. I mean, like, come on. It's a John. He was there for sex. You know, you don't have to know his name. So
she could have learned it later as part of this whole process.
Yeah, that is true. So she says that he took 3 lines, but she didn't know what drugs or whatever. What the official cause of death was overdose by GBL, which is, and I have it here. It's the date rape drug. GBL. Have you heard of it? Mm-hmm. I want to pronounce the real name.
Rufalin?
No, it's not Rufalin. It's a gamma. It's the stuff that what's his name? The killer chef from the story we covered from the UK was using. What's that guy's name? The chef from the UK that was killing all those boys. Grinder to the graveyard. I think we titled the episode.
He was killing them on Grinder, using Grinder though.
I know, but he would use this drug, gamma butyl.
I thought that was like the
poppers.
Yeah.
No. So poppers don't kill you. Poppers just
loosen you up.
But the drug that killed them was GBL, which taking GBL apparently, because there's high school kids that die of this shit all the time. Someone spikes the punch with GBL or whatever, and it's one of those things where you can't have very much of it or you die, and that's what happened. So she overdosed this guy on GBL, and that was his cause of death. So let's talk about this woman right quick and her arrest, and then we'll try to get into her background a little bit. So as I said before, this is Barini right here, she is a sex worker, and the U.S. Attorney Breon Peace said the following in the press release, quote, "The defendant drugged and killed multiple people for a few quick dollars. She stole their personal belongings while they lay unconscious, dying from the lethal drugs she gave them." So
she's saying the pimp made her do all of that every time?
Yeah. Basically, 4 Johns were killed between July and August of 2019. So, I mean, this chef is the only one that is prominent, known throughout the community. And he's also the last one. So you could, and they were eyeing her because all the other bodies she is showing, or the CCTV, the security cameras show her leaving the motels. One was found in his own private residence, but the other 2 were found in these seedy hotels. But she leaves, and that's the last time that the man is ever seen. So whatever they do to the body, but she's always there. So they knew that she was involved somehow. However, they were like tailing her, but they did kind of allow, maybe not allow is a good word, but they did let this chef go. And that's when they busted in. But between July and August of 2019, 4 Johns, the law enforcement and the HSA, which is the Homeland Security Investigation Team, their case was looking into several lethal drug overdoses caused by her, but they couldn't prove anything because they couldn't find the bodies. Plus, there's no cameras in the actual hotel room. She was initially arrested for distributing narcotics. That's what they could get her for right then. And then they tacked on the murder charges. She would rob the victims when they were drugged and incapacitated. So here are the victims right quick. We only know 2 of the names, including the one I just gave you. But on July 4th, 2019 at 11 a.m., the first one, John Doe, number 1, hotel in Astoria, Queens. This was near the airport in the Airway Inn at LaGuardia. The video shows Barini exiting the room at 9:34 a.m. The cause of death was, quote, acute intoxication due to the combined effects of alcohol, methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl. So the chef is the only one that did not die of fentanyl. I think the reason they charged her so harshly is because fentanyl is such a big deal. All 3 of the other Johns died of an overdose on fentanyl. And they believe that she did that on purpose because you don't need much fentanyl to kill anyone. On July 11, 2019, a Jean Alexander Silvero was found dead in Woodside, New York at the Crown Motor Inn, and Barini is caught leaving the premises as well. His cause of death was a fentanyl intoxication. Okay. So this is from the Daily News, 11th October 2019. This is the headline. This is why I love the Daily News. A drug-dealing hooker with a lengthy rap sheet pleaded not guilty Thursday in the fentanyl overdose of a Queens man found dead in his home 2 months ago. The 4th body is linked to the suspect, the drug-dealing hooker. Anyway, one of the cousins of one of the victims, and I don't know which one because the trial was pretty closed off, says, quote, about Barini, "I understand she doesn't have a good history. I don't have a good history. It's no excuse. She killed 4 people. She deserves what she gets now." All right, so what do you think her sentence was? And keep in mind, a lot of the details are scarce on this case, which is probably why no one's covered it, because there's really not much on it.
30 years?
Oh, shit. That was very good guess. That was a great guess.
Did I hit it?
Yeah, you did. Oh, fuck.
All right, we've been doing this for too long. I can adequately guess the exact sentencing.
Now, I really tried to look up her background and history. What we know about this woman, she's 46 now, is she did come from a harsh background environment. She is Canadian. I did figure that out because she requested to be close to the Canadian border to see her family. So I surmise she's Canadian, and she does have an older sister who would not identify her name, just as Sally. She told the New York Post that she thought her sister's sentence was, quote, a little harsh, and she's going to appeal it. Now, this sentence just passed on April 27th, so last month. I honestly also think it's a little harsh. 30 years, I know.
You think it's harsh?
Okay, so hold on a second. She still claims that the first one, or the first two, she did drug the Johns, but she didn't know that they were going to die or whatever. I do believe that. And then she would rob them. And she's also addicted to drugs. So she not only makes her money with the sex, but also money with the sex and the lasagna. She not only makes her money with the sex, but she makes her money stealing from the Johns. And then she was like, shit, I could buy more drugs if I keep doing this. So, I mean, I think it's a little harsh, honestly, because
you're so soft on the lady killers. You really are.
They made her out to be a monster. I don't think that's the truth, man. I mean, these guys were willingly doing drugs. It's not like she put them down.
Yeah, but she's lacing them. Like it's not like they're doing lines of cocaine that have fentanyl in it. You know what I mean?
I know, but still, it's.
No, if they just think they're doing lines of cocaine, that's one thing, but she's lacing them with other drugs to get them to pass out. She's it's not like you think she would have learned her lesson. Oh shit, that killed them the first time.
But she's also she's also a drug addict herself, and
so I don't fucking like that. Doesn't how that makes you feel more lenient against her? I'm sorry, but if your excuse is, oh well, she was on drugs, like. It's okay. That does not do any favors for me.
What do you guys think out there? 30 years, too much, too little? I mean, what are you going to put her in jail for the rest of her life?
Yeah, she killed 4 people. Like, I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Maybe I am too lenient.
I mean, granted, she will be in her late 70s by the time she gets out. I would have made it 50 to make sure she never got out.
I don't know. I think she'll do 15.
That's disappointing.
Her sister says, quote, I think what wasn't taken into account was that, of course, what happened was wrong, but the victims put themselves in there. That's what the sister says. And I kind of agree. I don't know. They weren't saints. They went with her. They wanted to party and they wanted to do drugs with her and have sex. It wasn't like she put a gun to somebody's head and forced them to go with her, end quote.
That's true, but like they didn't expect to fucking die.
I know, but they did. There's a certain level of danger when you...
Yeah, there is, but...
Because the pimp...
But still, that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to go pay for sex, and so therefore if I die, so be it.
But you're doing something illegal.
Yes, you are. But killing somebody is far worse and deserves a greater punishment. It's fucking murder. I'm sorry.
So that's what the sister says. She says that she became a drug addict and got mixed up with the wrong people. She also says the following, and this is, I think it is a little harsh, but the fentanyl thing is really big right now. But she also says the following, this is a federal case, yet the government can sit there when they are letting hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens come across the border with fentanyl every day. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying from this, and they sit there and act like they have no part of this, end quote. I will attest to, you guys know, there are a lot of people dying of fentanyl. I mean, that shit shows up everywhere. It's just best not to do drugs at this point. I'm just saying. I mean, back in maybe the the late 2000s, do some cocaine, but now I would never do coke or anything. I've only done it like once, but I wouldn't do it now. I would turn it down because I mean, just a little bit of fentanyl will kill you, man. Anyway, so her sentence, as Nicole got it correct, was, and the judge says, or actually the special agent in charge says, Barini has showed little regard for human life, and with the drugs laced with fentanyl that she allegedly peddled, she offered her victims an experience they would never survive. Pretty well said. Now, let's talk really quick about the boyfriend, and I believe that this is the pimp. I'm just going to go over it really quick because obviously this story is about her crime, but I mean, this is technically his doing too. This is that's not. This is the boyfriend right here, 44-year-old Leslie Lescano. So this guy is charged with conspiring to distribute a controlled substance, and he still hasn't been tried, but he faces 20 years. Barini, when she was arrested, they went through her phone, and that's where they saw that this guy was also involved. On August 16, 2019, so 2 days before the chef was killed, Barini sent Lescano a Facebook message that says the following, and I want to read this verbatim, and it's worse than slang. It's like, anyway. This is what she sends to him. Quote, I got a business opportunity. B-I-Z-N-E-S, business. O-P-R-A-T-U-N-A-D-Y. Opportunity. Opportunity, obviously. I got the business opportunity for you. I cut to the chase. Well, I cute to the chase. Then I'm willing to pay for your services. Are you with it? And then he replies back, yes, my queen. That's what he says. When he died, the chef, because she's already killed 3 others, so she is on a roll now. This guy is actually in the bathroom of that hostel already waiting to rob this guy. So they were going to put him under with the fentanyl. I don't think she wanted to kill these guys at all. I think she just wanted to overdose them a little bit and freaking, take the cash and run. But because they're not going to go to cops, right? Oh my God, a prostitute drugged me and took all my money. Like, okay, are you telling me you're, they're not going to ever go to the cops. I think she just didn't honestly know how much she was giving to these guys or cared. Anyway. So he was in the bathroom at that time. And let me see. An hour later, Lescano goes to the Rite Aid to buy gift cards and personal hygiene equipment for Barini and says the following. She says to him, can you buy anything, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash? Milk cereal. I don't even know what this shit is. Cereal. C-E-R-I-L. Milk cereal. Raisin Bran, but she's typed in Reason, B-R-L-N. Cold cuts, cheddar cheese, cigs. Fucking writes like that. Fucking New Yorkers. Anyway. Fuck, holy shit. One last thing. So she is sentenced and she is serving 30 years. She actually requested to the judge, because she was crying in court and everything else. She requested the judge and I think this should be granted, but she wants to move to a prison in Minnesota, the Waseca Federal Correctional Institution, because it's closer to her family in Canada. And not only that, but they have this dog program that the inmates take in strays and abused dogs. It's called the Can Do Animal Humane Services for inmates. And in fact, Whitey Bulger's girlfriend, who was just released in 2020, was in this prison, a part of the program. Kind of interesting fact. But she wants to go there to participate in this puppies in prison program. And I don't know. I think she should. I mean,
not for the puppy program, but to be closer to.
No, I mean, maybe she won't. I mean, she's obviously on drugs, addicted. So
well, not anymore in prison. Well, maybe I guess.
I mean, no, I don't think so. But she wants to be close to the puppies. I'm not saying what she did wasn't wrong, but I mean,
you're a softie for the lady killers.
It's not like she went up to some random person and killed them either,
But she still killed somebody, and she killed 4 somebodies.
Anyway, that is all you're going to get on that. I've got a business opportunity from Google Ghetto. She says business opportunada. It's like Spanish or something. Holy shit.
See, Natasha agrees. You really do have a soft spot for the lady killers.
Yeah. Milk cereal reason. Let me type this in. This is the last text that she sent. It says the following.
Are you texting this to me?
No, I'm typing it in exactly how it is.
Milk and cereal. That's a song.
This is what she sends the guys. That's what I was trying to read. Milk cereal raisin bread. That's Raisin Bran cold. If you sent me something like that, I'd be
is that her shopping list?
Yeah, that's her text to the guy.
Milk, cereal, Raisin Bran, cold cuts, cheddar cheese, and cigarettes. That is her shopping list.
Cheddar cheese.
Cheddar. That is cheddar. I gotta say, deli sliced American is where it's at, but whatever.
I mean, I'm not a spelling bee, but dude, I do have fucking autocorrect on my phone. I mean, what the fuck? Holy shit.
She clearly has autocorrect turned off.
Maybe that's why I'm so soft on her, because I also love Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran is my favorite. But anyway, if you enjoy the show, be sure to subscribe to all the podcast listeners out there. Thank you so much. We release episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see our live streams every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are public for anyone. And we're kind of shifting the show more towards the live streams because we fucking love it. Anyway, my name is John. I'm sitting here with Nicole. And as I said, Jen is off this week. And until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.